Good morning, everybody. I've just finished my morning prayer, and in that prayer, I was concentrating on the key workers who are helping to keep things going during our present difficulties. In particular, I've been praying for the teachers who have kept our schools open, for the children of key workers, for the contribution that they are making in so many different ways, providing home lessons, for example, and keeping the system rolling, because we can't actually just stop living now because of the coronavirus. Other key workers come to mind. I was thinking particularly of the young woman behind the till when I went shopping last week in the supermarket. I also been thinking about the electrician, some plumbers and other people like that. And this morning I was woken up by the noise of the bin men coming to take away our rubbish. There are so many people who are still working, who are still helping to keep our lives ticking over, to keeping us safe, keeping us healthy, and keeping our minds active. So a very special thank you to them. Of course, in many people's hearts and minds are our key workers in the health service, those who work in care homes, looking after our elderly and those who are long-term sick. We think of those people in the National Health Service who are putting themselves at risk by caring for others. We are all particularly indebted to people like that at this time. It's a great tradition in the Archdiocese of Liverpool to reach out and to help other people. Some of it goes back to the 19th century when we had priests who stayed in Liverpool during the cholera epidemics and gave their lives, literally gave their lives. They died for the people they served. Wonderful men who didn't go to the countryside or didn't go back to Ireland. They stayed in Liverpool because that was where God had called them to be. God had called them to work for the people who they served. And that's a tremendous example, a wonderful heritage that we can think about during these difficult days of the coronavirus. I think we're challenged at this time to think how we as a church can put our words into action. It's all very well me giving lots of these little blogs, and it may well help people's spirits, may cheer you up, give you something to talk about. But there's more to life than that. We've really got to help people. And our normal ways of operating and contributing, inspired by our faith, by having our churches open to the whole community, by worshipping and praying, by the immense contribution of our parish volunteers, have been stopped or at least severely restricted by the need to stay at home and avoid travel where possible. And this is deeply frustrating for a church reminded by St. Teresa of Avila. You remember, I've often quoted her in my sermons and blogs when I say that yours are the hands with which the Lord blesses the world. Well, here's the whole quotation for you, and it's a prayer too. Christ has no body on earth now but yours. No hands but yours. No feet but yours. Yours are the eyes through which he looks with compassion on the world. You are the feet with which he walks to do good. Yours are the hands with which he blesses all the world. So we're all desperate to play our part. I'm also very conscious that one of the charitable objectives of our own archdiocese is, and I quote here from the trust deed, the cure or alleviation of sickness or disease. I've concluded, therefore, that a way we can make a significant contribution to the effort to fight this virus is to support the medical staff who are with bravery and selflessness on the front line for all of us. At this time, I believe that they are truly the hands of Christ. They are a living expression of the words of Pope Francis in his Urbi et Orbi blessing last Friday, he said, "We can look to so many exemplary companions for the journey, who, even though fearful, have reacted by giving their lives. This is the front line of the spirit poured out and fashioned in courageous and generous self-denial." So, in recognition of this and the spirit of this, the Archdiocese will therefore be donating £20,000 from its reserves for the purchase of personal protective equipment, which will be given to the NHS. With this, they can protect themselves, protect their patients, and work safely for all of us. Now, I realise that £20,000 is a lot to an individual, but for this work, it really is just a drop in the ocean. But it's a practical way, in which we in the Archdiocese can associate ourselves with the tremendous effort which is going, because people, as I outlined at the beginning, all the key workers who look after our people in care homes, who look after them in schools and in parishes, who see that people have their shopping done, who reach out to so many lonely people. You can be alone in this world, but there's no reason for you to be lonely. So perhaps let's pray together that our work as an Archdiocese will unite us all in fighting this coronavirus which is afflicting our nation. God bless you all, especially God bless, lots of special blessings to all those key workers who are giving so much and putting themselves at risk to help other people.